6th graders, and welcome to lesson 98 on finding the sum of the angle measures of triangles and quadrilaterals. So remember, a quadrilateral has 4 sides and a triangle has 3 sides. Our first vocab word is exterior angle. An exterior angle is formed when we extend the side of a polygon. So let's say that I have a triangle here, okay? The exterior angles would be if I took this side and I extended it, then this is called an exterior angle, okay? If I extended the side this way, then the angle that's formed right here are exterior angles. So if I find the sum of all these exterior angles, then it's going to add up to 360 degrees. We can do that for any polygon. If it is a quadrilateral, if it is a pentagon, if it is any type of quadrilateral at all, we can add up all the exterior angles and they'll be 360 degrees. Interior angles are the angles inside of the polygon, and everything we've done with angles so far, for the most part, have been dealing with these interior angles. So this is a little bit different for us. We've only done it in one of those word problems where we talked about running around the park before. An exterior and interior angle next to each other are supplementary angles and add up to 180 degrees. So if you look at this picture here, we have a parallelogram. They extended the side and drew the exterior angle right here as 1. And it's saying that this angle plus this angle, okay, they're supplementary. They're going to add up to this straight line. So that means they'll add up to 180 degrees. So if we know what 1 is, then we can figure out what 2 is by subtracting it from 180. The sum of the exterior angles of a polygon is 360 degrees. Okay, this is what we've been doing. So here, if we add up this plus this plus this, we're going to get 180 degrees. If we had a quadrilateral, if we added up this plus this plus this plus this, we're going to get 360 degrees. It's always 360 when we're talking about the exterior angles. Okay, so how can we figure out what the average of these angles are? You can divide the number of turns or sides by 360, and that'll tell us the average measure of each exterior angle. So for this one, okay, we have 3 turns. So in order to find out the average, we would do 360 divided by 3. So 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice. So that means that the average turn measure of each of these exterior angles is 120 degrees. What about for this one? So for this one, we have 4. So instead of dividing it by 3, I would divide 360 by 4. So 4 goes into 36 9 times. So that means that the average measure of an angle of a quadrilateral is going to be, exterior angle is going to be 90 degrees. See how we got that? Now this information can tell us something kind of cool too. So if we figured out the average, and we're just talking about averages because we don't have any specific numbers, if the average exterior angle for this is 90 degrees, then the average interior angle of a quadrilateral would be 180 minus 90, because remember up here we're saying if we figured out the average exterior is 90 degrees and we wanted to figure out what this one is, well, together they're going to make a straight line. They're going to be 180. So 180 minus 90 will tell us what this is, which is also 90, which makes sense. Think of a rectangle, right? That's a quadrilateral, 4 sides. So the average, if we were to add up all of the measures of the interior angles and divide them out, we would find is 90 degrees. What about for a triangle? Well, for a triangle, we found the average exterior angle is 120. So if together this plus this has to equal 180, we're going to do 180 minus 120, which tells us that the average interior angle would be 60 degrees. See how cool this is? We can do so much. The sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. You need to memorize that if you don't already know that. The sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral are 360 degrees. Okay, so that's talking about if I had this triangle, or if I had this triangle, any different type of triangle that we can have, okay? When I add up and this angle plus this angle plus this angle, it's going to equal 180. This plus this plus this is going to be 180. This means it's 90 degrees. This plus this plus this is going to be 180 degrees. If I do all the interior angles of a quadrilateral, no matter what kind of quadrilateral, whether it's a rectangle or a square, whether it is a trapezoid, whether it is a rhombus, any type of quadrilateral, when I add up all their interior angles, there will always be 4, they will add up to 360. So we can use that information to find missing measures. So look at this one. Here we got a triangle. I've got 60 and I've got 60 and 70, and I don't know the third one, but I know that all together they have to equal 180. So in a equation, this would read 180 equals 60 plus 70 plus x. Okay, first I'm going to add 60 and 70. 6 plus 7 is 13, so this is 130 plus x. And now x is being added, so I'm going to undo this by subtracting. I'm going to subtract 130. I'm going to subtract 130, and I find out that this is 50. So I know that x equals 50 degrees. Okay? You didn't need to write this 0 there, but you get it. All right, try B on your own. Remember what this line means, how many degrees that is. Add them, subtract it from there. Write it like an equation like I did to show me that you know how to do that. All right, example C. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but because it's a quadrilateral, I'm going to have them add up to 360. I'm going to have to write small here to make the other one room for the other one. So 360 equals 80 plus 80 plus 110. For room's sake, I'm going to add these before I write it. Wow. 80 and 80 is 160 plus 110 plus x. 160 plus 110 is 270. I'm going to subtract 270. Subtract 270. 0 minus 0. 60 minus 7 is 9. So I get 90 degrees. So, I drew this picture. It's not great, but that should be a 90-degree angle. So we know that x equals 90 degrees. Go ahead and solve this one. This says 85, 115, 70, and x. Go ahead and get to work.